Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the privilege of presenting this valedictory speech. It is truly an honor, and I'd like to begin by acknowledging the many dignitaries, starting with His Excellency the US Ambassador to India, a wonderful speech, very inspiring for us all. I'd also like to acknowledge Amity University Chancellor and Group Vice Chancellor, other Amity University dignitaries, as well as our eminent speakers here at the conference, some on the stage, many in the audience. And importantly, I'd like to acknowledge the staff and the students who are here today. I'll have a message for the students in particular in just a moment. I bring you warm greetings from Latrobe University in Melbourne, where Professor John Dewar, our Vice-Chancellor, and many other staff send their warm wishes to you. We have a growing research and academic partnership with Amity University, and this is a very exciting opportunity for us to see the research outcomes in action. This World Summit has brought together leaders, thought leaders across many disciplines to consider significant shared responsibility around developing global leaders of today and tomorrow. It's therefore fitting for us to consider the many benefits of collaborating between and among universities across the globe. Two leading international universities like Amity University and Latrobe University in Melbourne are working together to achieve strong, innovative and sustained strategic research and academic partnerships, and to build stronger, even stronger connections between our two nations. In a short space of time, a little bit about our relationship with Amity. We have established a joint centre of eminence, which has already hosted a very successful professional development program on cybersecurity, which I'm sure you will agree is a rapidly emerging area of strategic significance for our collective nations across the globe. We're also exploring the important opportunity of joint PhD partnerships. Our foundation as a university in Latrobe began 52 years ago, so we too are young, innovative and thirsty, as the Group Vice-Chancellor said, and we, from the start of our history as a university, made the study of India and South Asia an academic priority. You may be interested to know that as a result of our commitment as a university to India and to South Asia, in 1968, the former Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, visited Latrobe University campus to open our university library. To this day, Latrobe is one of only 2 universities to have received the honour of a visit from a sitting Indian Prime Minister. We are also one of only 2 Australian universities to teach Hindi, and we were one of the founding members of the Australia-India Institute, along with the University of Melbourne and the University of New South Wales. So that gives you some idea of our very long history and our strong commitment to relationships, deep relationships with India and its people, both students, staff and community members. Latrobe University is a research university that is strongly committed to not only research excellence but also employment opportunities for our graduates. So for our students in the audience, we know how important it is for you to be thinking about future careers, and this conference has been a very important part of developing that research mindset that will stand you in good stead for a strong career outcome. We have at Latrobe University 38,000 students across 7 campuses in the state of Victoria and 1 in Sydney. We have 1,600 research students, 8,000 international students, and over 200,000 alumni in 110 nations. And we have a very strong alumni network right here in India. We believe that accessibility to education is fundamentally important to transforming the lives of individuals and communities. No matter what the background, no matter what the economic or social background of a student, we believe in the commitment of education to transform lives and communities. Latrobe is now ranked in the top 1.2% of universities globally in the academic ranking of world universities. We're ranked in the top 400 universities across all 4 of the institutional rankings, QS, and the Times Higher. And breaking news I'd like to share with you, the first national audience to hear this news from Latrobe, and that is in the last 24 hours we have been announced by the Times Higher Education Asia Pacific ranking as being now ranked 50th in Asia. And so we are very, very proud to be able to announce that today. And I must say, our success is your success here at Amity University. So we are so proud to be able to share those achievements that we are able to share with you. We also have many other important areas of success. We are in the QS World Rankings by subject. We rate in the top 100 elite universities in more than 20 subject areas, including archaeology, nursing, sociology, and sports science. But while rankings are very important, I must tell you that our students are our greatest success. So let me turn to the theme of this week's conference, honouring the past, treasuring the present, shaping the future. We have heard a wonderful challenge to us today on the characteristics of leadership. And as a university and as a shared partnership with Amity, our focus is very much on preparing leaders of tomorrow. And we know that is a shared priority with Amity. Our Latrobe University graduates are highly valued for their skills relating not just to content, but also to social intelligence, to intellectual flexibility, personal attributes such as resilience, passion, empathy, and curiosity. So my challenge to you as students in the audience is to think about ways to develop those capabilities, not just in the classroom, not just in the lecture halls, but in a range of outside interests, volunteering, to become well-rounded citizens. We challenge our own students at Latrobe to extend their academic knowledge through work-based learning, through industry engagement, internships, international study opportunities. So the value of the Latrobe-Amity partnership is one that really adds value to our student experience as well as our staff experience. Our students will be able to benefit from the rich international experience that Amity has to offer. And I'm very pleased that our investment in employability for our graduates is being demonstrated in, again, rankings such as the QS employability rankings, where Latrobe was ranked 14th in Australia and in the top 300 universities globally for our employability of graduates. As we come to the end of this prestigious conference, international conference, I am very impressed with the rich diversity of research topics that I see in the conference papers. Over 1,000 conference papers covering topics such as Brexit and its impact on international trade. Other topics that look at employment generation, AI and intelligent robotics, marketing across borders, e-recruitment, attracting talent in lean startups, money management for entrepreneurs, and one that I'm particularly interested in, and that is women in business and regional development, to name just a few. One of my own higher education policy research areas is the changing nature of higher education and its implications for the future. The topics covered in this conference highlight for me the unique value of a higher education in today's super complex world. As the eminent higher education philosopher, Professor Ron Barnett, says, we live in turbulent times. Each person is having to juggle multiple proliferating challenges. Professional identity is unstable. The students in our audience will have up to 20 career changes in the lifetime ahead. This situation has significant implications for the role of a university in a super complex and unstable world. In such a world, a university that is committed to research, the discovery of new knowledge, and to top quality education infused with a commitment to discovery and curiosity, this provides an ideal place to prepare global thought leaders. The connection between teaching and research is what distinguishes universities from other types of educational institutions. all of these educational institutions play their part, but a university like Amity, like those represented on the stage here, and indeed a university like my own, Latrobe University, that combines research and education, is in a particularly strong position to address the grand challenges, the wicked, sometimes insoluble problems that we face in a global context. In closing, I was asked to reflect on my own personal experiences and learnings in the context of a multicultural background. I can think of no better way to end this valedictory speech than to refer to what I have learned from rich Indigenous cultures in my own country, in Australia. The Indigenous people of Australia have a very strong connection to the land, similar to Indigenous peoples the world over. I have learnt from my Indigenous colleagues and friends the value of caring for the land and its people with compassion as a way to honour the past and the rich heritage that makes today possible. And the same applies right here in India. I have also learnt the value of cultural humility. That is, there is so much to learn from each other as we sit down to make time to listen and learn from each other across cultures. And this week's conference has been a very good opportunity to do that. There is a well-known saying that shapes my own worldview, and it is this: we have nothing to fear for the future except that we forget the lessons of the past. And as we collaborate across cultures, across nations, across disciplines, across universities to develop the global leaders of tomorrow, it is with humility that I acknowledge all that we can and must learn from each other in our shared commitment to invest together in research and education that will truly make a difference. Thank you very much.